One, two, three, funk it.
So my desk is actually an already used desk. That's why it kind of has an old lady vintage fashion kind of style, and in attempts to modernize it and make it a bit brighter, I decided to layer the top with contact paper, and I honestly think that it gave the desk a little bit more life because originally it was like a drabby yellow tint and now it is a bright modern desk. So on the left, I have a very helpful calendar which keeps all my events and tasks organized. So this is probably one of my most favorite items on my desk. This is the BenQ LED lamp that I received from their company, so huge thank you to them for sending this out to me. It's this really cool lamp that you can move around and adjust to your liking. I've used it during the night while I was studying in a couple of videos, and I found it to be very easy on the eyes and bright enough to light up my entire desk. Upon turning it on, there are settings that you can adjust to your liking. The first is the brightness. You can turn the knob to adjust how bright you'd like your light to be. And the second option would be the temperature. You can adjust whether you want it to be more warm or more cool. I personally like it to be more cool since it fits the lighting around my desk. I've been using this for a couple days now and found it to be very helpful, so I will leave all the links down below. So my Echo Dot lies on my lamp, and I mainly just use it to turn on music and ask what time it is. Behind my lamp and leaning up against the banister, I have my laptop stand. Many people ask about my laptop stand and where I got it from. I basically made it myself from a locker stand. You can actually find them on Target. I will link it down below, but I took one of the legs and I just shoved it into the top of the locker since it had those grid holes, and that's my stand. I lean it up against my banister because it's very unstable if you just lean it back on the table. Next, I have my acrylic shelf right next to it. It basically just holds all my supplies and stuff. On the very top of the shelf, I have my pins that I got from a bookstore in Manhattan, and on the second level, I have my Stabilo highlighters and this thermal printer for my notes. On the very bottom, I have these sticky note washi tapes, and right next to it, I have sticky tabs with my erasers on top. Under it, I just have some random stationery like this pad of nice designed paper and this checklist pad. On the right side, I have my bullet journal first. I always keep it open and in front of me on my desk. And now the moment you guys have all been waiting for, my pens. So on this acrylic rack for Muji, I have all my Muji colored retractable pens. And then under that, on the bottom two racks, I just have all my highlighters. Most of them are just my zebra pen mild liners, double-sided. These are what I usually use the most since it is very versatile. And then I also have my fluorescent highlighters from Unipropis and Muji, which I don't really use as often because I find them very harsh on the eyes. Next to that rack, I have this Muji acrylic little case where I carry my essentials. This is actually a very diverse set of pens, so I decided to separate it from the rack. First, we have our black gel ink pens, and then we have this Arteza vintage colored pen, which I use to correct papers. And then I have another black gel ink pen from Baron Fig, my Zebra hard tip brush pen, which I literally use for every single title. It's probably the second most used after my black gel ink pens. Then there's my retractable eraser from Muji, and then my favorite 0.5 lead pencil. So for decoration, I like to decorate my desk with the bones that I did mock surgery on. I did a whole lesson and overview on my desk setup video, so I won't get too into it, but just know that these are my pride and glory and I am obsessed with them. So moving on to the inside of my desk, here lies my biggest washi tape collection. I organize them by designs and store them in these iPhone box cases. I also divide and organize my washi tapes by designs. So over here in the top, there's like my solids and MT designed ones. And in the back, I have my AliExpress white background, very aesthetic-ish washi tapes. And then on the left side, I have my washi tape samples, where these are just like strips or like a few inches of very unique washi tapes that I don't own the entire roll of. Then all the way in the front, I have tape that is more transparent and clear, like scotch and transparent tape. And then over here, I have a huge collection of patterned washi tapes. Now, in front of the patterned washi tapes, I have all my supplies, like this stapleless stapler, where it just does origami with your paper and the paper's attached. And then my Repesco clip, where I clip papers together, staples, little clips, and this customized sticker sheet of mine from this really nice sticker company called Paper Aika Shop. And then in this iPhone case, I keep my flashcards, and way in the back I have a bunch of scissors and cases for my clips and all that. My desk is kind of messy, but I really try. So these are the locker racks that I modified into a laptop holder. I have the rest under my desk. Over here I have a pencil case with some extra necessities like the rest of the Arteza vintage color collection and my anatomy coloring book. And then on the middle shelf I have these pens that I plan to use after I use up all my other pens. And then under that I have my studio earphones, my duct tape, stapler, and other supplies. And on the very top, this is so like random and a very miscellaneous section, but I keep my iPhone cases, some patches that I plan on ironing on some of my bags, and stickers and all that fun stuff. And under that I have my Mosseri planner. So moving on to the floor under my desk, I have a lot of miscellaneous stuff here too. I have my hand lotion, a spray, and I also keep my whiteboard markers here because I don't use them as often anymore. I have my studio bags that carry electronics and my whiteboard. Then under that I have my acrylic Muji drawer. I have post-its and sticky notes in the top drawer. In the middle I have my Pencil Fude Touch brush pens, all in color, and some other colored brush pens. And then my retractable Muji pens, the old styled ones. And then on the very last drawer I have my Pilot Juice pens in color order. So all the way towards the end I have my trash can, and then in front of it I have my Arteza case of Everblend markers. I usually use these to color in my anatomy book, which I haven't been doing lately, and we'll need to get to that. Over here, this is just a simple observations book from Bear and Fig. And then my most prized possession, my Arteza 24 count black gel ink pens. I go through black gel ink pens a lot. Sometimes I run out to the point where I don't have a pen, so this is my lifesaver. So this area of my desk is very messy. I'm kind of embarrassed, but it is part of my desk. I have my chargers, my laptop charger, and then over there is just like a bunch of stuff plugged in, like my Echo Dot, my lamp. And then I have my Rilakkuma, I think that's how you pronounce it, my bear from my friend. She gave it to me as a gift in a cast that I wrapped myself at the same orthopedic surgery program where I got my bones. So yeah, that was my desk before the desk transformation. Spoiler alert for my next video, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in my next video.